Xin chào and welcome back to Ielts Master here at VTV7. So thank you for joining us again. I'm Lee G and this is
Hồng Ngọc. Rất vui gặp lại các bạn trong chương trình Ielts Master và chúng ta lại cùng đồng hành với nhau với những câu hỏi, với những cách giải cho dạng bài của các bài thi Ielts. Và hôm nay thì chúng ta sẽ gặp nhau với kỹ năng gì nhỉ?
Today we are going to cover map labeling. Now this is something that really scares the students because many of them don't know the difference between north and south, east and west, but don't worry, we're going to solve all of these problems today.
Can you suggest some of the way that we can do to quickly solve this problem?
Okay, so the best way to deal with this is to read questions, of course, like we do with all listening exams, but this time there are no words. It's a map, so you've got to study the look of the map. So make sure you take the time to underline key locations on the map, for example, a library, a restaurant, that type of thing, and make sure you circle any of the letters on the map. For example, point A, point B, that type of thing. Make sure you familiarise yourself with that map. You know where everything is on that map. That is the best preparation for this listening test. Okay, the next thing is, do you know location vocabulary? Some of you might be thinking, what is location vocabulary? If you don't know, don't worry, we will teach you during the course of this lesson. Now, let me ask, Miss Knock.
Okay.
Can you give me some examples of location vocabulary?
Mình nghĩ là tất cả các bạn đều đã biết được một vài các từ cũng như cụm từ để giúp cho chúng ta diễn đạt về địa điểm rồi. Ví dụ chúng ta có go straight ahead, across the street, in front of, to the left, to the right. And sometimes you can say on the left hand side, on the right hand side, turn left, turn right, opposite, things like that.
Do not forget the directions.
Oh,
now,
I almost forgot.
Lots of, for Vietnamese people, you rarely use east, west, north, south. I know that's something that's not common here, but it is common for us with English speakers. Make sure you understand north and south and east and west. Make sure that you know where they are on the map. You can even think of the map of Vietnam, for instance, and that will help you. Also worth thinking about is northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. This will also be advantageous to you if you know that as well. So that's some new vocabulary there for you. I'm going to set a challenge for Miss Knock. I want you to tell me where I have given you directions to on the map. Okay, so if I say to you, leave the library, take the first right onto King George Street. Pass the junction, go left onto High Street. And there you will see your destination on the right-hand side.
If I follow it correctly, that should be the sandwich bar.
You are correct.
Yeah. Có một từ vựng mà cô Ly vừa nhắc đến mình thấy rất thú vị và đây cũng sẽ là một từ vựng quan trọng mà chúng ta cần phải nhớ. Junction. What does it mean, junction?
It means like a set of open roads leading into one. So at a junction, you usually have 4 choices. You can swing, you can take a left, right, or you can straight up or straight down. That will take you onto other adjoining roads. So junctions are usually very busy places, lots of traffic there. Okay, so now we're going to listen to the audio. Make sure you listen to this audio very carefully.
Let's go out to eat. I can't be bothered to cook.
Nice idea. We haven't treated ourselves for ages.
I'd like to go to that new barbecue place, Bill's Grill.
Yes, but it's not such a good choice for vegetarians like me.
That's a good point. How about, hey, let's try that new place. You know, it was in the newspaper. We read about it in the pub.
Oh yes, it's the new bar and vegetarian restaurant. Reggie's Veggies.
That's right. What a name. It's in the new Megaplex shopping center.
Oh yeah. Where exactly is it? Is that up the road from the library on King George Road?
Yes, King George Road. Come out of the library and it's just before the junction with High Street.
Các bạn khán giả của IELTS Master ơi, các bạn đã nghe kỹ được chưa nhỉ? Vậy thì chỉ có một địa điểm duy nhất có thể phù hợp với miêu tả này thôi, đó chính là letter G.
Make sure you take the time to study the map, understand the map, know where all the key points on the map are. Libraries, gyms, bars, restaurants, that type of thing. Make sure you take the time to circle all the letters on the map, A, B, C, D, and so on. Also, it helps if you know inside out all of the location vocabulary. Take a left, take a right, go straight ahead, facing to the left, past a junction, on the right hand side, that type of thing, as well as remembering the map, north, south, east and west, northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast. Make sure you are really strong on those points, and map labelling should be easy for you, so good luck with that. So the question today is actually an interesting one, a common one. I'm sure you've seen this one before. Describe your favourite movie.
This one is pretty easy, right, Lee?
Yes, it is easy, but no, this is a question that causes a lot of problems for students because they end up with too many ideas. They can't really focus their answer. And as a result, a lot of students actually get a lower mark for this question. So be careful, do not fall into this trap.
What do you think? If I have so many different movies that I want to talk about, what should I do?
If I was you, I would choose the movie that is your favourite movie, the one that comes from your heart and is easy to talk about, or one that you know so much about, you've watched it over and over, you know all the details, so it's easy for you to talk about that. Okay, you have 1 minute to prepare your notes for this question. 1 minute. 1 minute is not a long time, so you have to be very quick. You have to organise your notes well, logically, and that makes it easy for you to describe, because a lot of students forget to describe. So that's my advice.
All right, so now I have the maps or the information ready.
Sure.
Where should I start?
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Let's talk about the theme of the movie. Let's talk about where it is, when it was, that type of thing. This is a good way to get started. Don't forget to add the descriptive adjectives as well. That will really make a difference. So take the time to study those words. It will help you to build the picture with words.
And I can think of some of the words like amazing, outstanding, terrific. What do you think?
Yeah, great words, absolutely fantastic. Great to hear those words, so well done. So about the story of the movie, describe the story in brief. We don't have 2 hours to listen about this movie. We've got to really condense it. So give us a quick, brief overview of the story.
The name of my favorite movie is Casablanca, which was directed by Michael Curtiz. It was released in 1943, and the story was adapted from a stage play named Everybody Comes to Rick's. The movie starred Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman and was made in USA. It was a romantic drama. The storyline was set during World War II. Focuses on a man torn between love and virtue. 1941, American expatriate Rick, who was professed by neutral, by all means met his former lover Ilsa in his nightclub and gambling den. She was accompanied by her husband Laszlo, a renowned fugitive Czech resistance leader. They needed a letter to escape to America, where he can continue his work against the Nazis. German major came to Casablanca to see that Laszlo does not succeed. One night, Ilsa confronted Rick in the deserted cafe and asked for the letter. She threatened him with the gun for the letter and later on confessed that she still loved him. Rick's bitterness dissolved learning that Ilsa was married to Laszlo before even their relationship began. When Rick and Ilsa planned to fly together, she could not do so because all of a sudden she found out that her husband was still alive and needed her badly to recover. Hearing the story, Rick calmed down and agreed to give the letter to Laszlo so that he can fly to America safely. They would take a different path to fly away together. But finally, Rick let Ilsa and Laszlo fly to America, which surprised Ilsa very much. In 1989, the film was selected for the preservation in the United States National Film Registry, being deemed culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. It is the second best movie of all time based on AFI's 100 Best Movies of All Time. I've seen the movie more than 2 or 3 times. The story is excellent. The casting, plot, acting, dialogues, and all the other aspects of the movie is superb. The movie deeply touched me and became the most favorite movie I've ever seen.
Tip number 1, be decisive. Make sure you choose the right things to say, be logical in what you say, and remember to describe. Describe is the most important thing you have to do. Number 2, make sure you take the time to practice at home. Practice note-taking. Decide if you're a mind map type of person or a grid person or simply drawing a quick picture if you're good at drawing. And finally, tip number 3, remember your descriptive adjectives, your descriptive vocabulary. You need this vocabulary to paint a picture with words. So take the time to study, take the time to learn, take the time to practice.